Howdy, everybody, and happy Friday. To help you round out the week, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite methods for writing quick, easy, and effective marketing emails. It's called the $1,000,000 Minimalist Email Formula, and it was popularized by copywriter Jared Harlan, and he used it to write a winning email that brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars and remained the control for over a year. And this email had only 8 sentences. He follows a 4-step process, which I'll explain in a minute. And using that process, you can yourself make some pretty killer marketing emails pretty quickly. Like I'm talking under an hour, under half an hour, once you get the process down. And there are 2 main reasons why this formula works so well. First of all, because it's minimalist, so there's no room for fluff. It just addresses the pain points, and then it offers hope of a solution. The second reason is because you're not actually trying to sell the product in the email. You're just trying to sell the click, because the click in the email is going to send them to a sales page, which will then put them through the sales message for the actual product. So with that said, here are the 4 aspects of this minimalist email. The first one is that you assert the problem, whatever problem your audience is suffering from that the product solves. The second aspect is that you tell them why they have that problem. It could be a reason that they already know, or it could be, even better, a reason that they don't know. The third aspect is that you agitate the problem. And so whatever problem you mentioned in the first aspect of the email, you take that problem and you lead it to its logical conclusion, which is a position that is worse than the current situation. And in doing that, it starts to build a little bit of tension and to spark a little bit of emotional energy that is very useful in the sales process. The fourth aspect of this email is to tease the solution to the problem. So we're not just about making people feel bad or making people afraid of what the future holds. We're trying to give them hope. We want to give them a solution. But note that I said tease the solution. Don't give away the solution. So I'll demonstrate all of these with a breakdown of an email that I wrote using this formula. All right, so we're now looking at an email that I wrote for a product called Bliss Cocoa. And this is a form of chocolate that is supposed to be a superfood, super healthy, and yet it satisfies the sweet tooth. Now keep in mind, as we go through this email, there are 3 major points that I want to emphasize. The first is that you emphasize the severity of the problem. 2, you emphasize the hope of the solution. 3, you want a lot of curiosity. And I also follow the school of John Carlton, where I use lots of visceral power words. So that's a 4th thing. But let's just take a look at this and see how it all works together. Subject line: indulge in decadence without the guilt. So indulge, decadence without the guilt. If you get this in your email, there's not really a whole lot to go on, except that this is intriguing. It's got some visceral power words in it, and it sparks some curiosity. The alternative to that was one Peruvian delight for guilt-free sweet tooth indulgence. And so that gives a little bit more away. You're talking about some sort of a food, something that's foreign, and it's going to please the sweet tooth. So a little less mystery there, which is why I prefer the original subject line. Now let's get into the email. Remember, problem, reason why, agitate the problem, and then tease the solution. Are you sick of depriving yourself of the sweets you love and gnawing guilt when you splurge even just a little? If the answer is yes, odds are you don't have enough anandamide, or what scientists call the bliss molecule. If your diet depletes your anandamide levels by cutting out sweet foods, your mood plummets. It feels like the bliss, happiness, pleasure, and delights of life are ripped away, leading to depression or splurges that make you feel even worse. Boosting your anandamide levels will restore your mood and unleash a flood of love and happiness for yourself and others, and you can do it without breaking your diet. Here's how. Eat this decadent Peruvian delight to satisfy your sweet tooth completely guilt-free and unleash a surge of bliss hormones you'll never forget. Okay, so we have here, this is the problem. Are you sick of depriving yourself of the sweet treats you love and the guilt of when you splurge? This is the reason why. If the answer is yes, odds are you don't have enough of the bliss molecule. Now, I agitate the problem. If your diet depletes your bliss molecule levels, it feels like the bliss, happiness, pleasure, and delights of life are ripped away, leading to depression or splurges that make you feel even worse. This is me agitating the problem. Now, this is where the message turns. It becomes more hopeful. Boosting your anandamide levels will restore your mood and unleash a flood of love and happiness for yourself and others. If only that could happen, right? Well, it can. Here's how. Now, this is the big tease. Eat this decadent Peruvian delight to satisfy your sweet tooth completely guilt-free and unleash a surge of bliss hormones you'll never forget. So we've got the problem, the reason why, the agitation of the problem, and then the hope that it will be fulfilled, followed by the tease of the solution. So that's how that formula appears in the wild, and it still works like crazy. So feel free to use this as you see fit. And if you do use it, tell me how it works. I'd love to know. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments. Take care and have a great weekend.